Hey there, my friends. How's it going? I thought about, well, what up, peeps? It's funny, I was going to say that, but it reminded me, I thought of an idea for my channel. I was going to say maybe I should start a series called What Up, Peeps? I've been thinking about doing something with my channel, you know. There's so many people out there with channels that are complete shit, and they're getting tons of views, and I thought, I'm so grateful that I don't have to look at the comment section on mine that are like that. I'm not saying that I want a bunch of views, don't get that comment wrong. What I meant was that I'm grateful to have all of my awesome subscribers who listen to my rambles and can give me feedback without being complete douchebags and fighting amongst each other. I don't get arguments in my comment section. Thank God. You know what I mean? And it's because I'm not trying to be controversial here. You know, there's YouTube wars going on in YouTube land about ads and all this crap and revenue, and I'm just like, fuck it all, you know? So I decided I'd make a video about what's going on in life and say hi to everybody. I vape, yes. I don't really vape in my videos, even though I'm usually holding it. Probably because it's pretty tacky. I don't like to be tacky, and I know that's, you know, a self-image thing, because I used to smoke for 25 years, and I didn't like it. I always have a piece of shit vape box, so if any of you have a new box, you can send me one. I used to have a subscriber that actually would send me vape stuff, and it was cool. Thank you, Sharon. You're awesome. If you're ever out there, haven't seen you in a long time, but she sent me a nice box that finally broke after like a year, and I'm a cheapskate. Don't want to go buy a new one. So I wore my hat for this. It's a Papadosio hat because I was going to talk a little bit about the concert I went to the other night too, which was Papadosio opened up for Future Primitive. Now Future Primitive is good, he's a DJ, but I was so bummed that Future Primitive wasn't open up for Papadosio. You know, it's like, Papadosio is fucking amazing. This band, I mean, I've introduced several people to this band and they're always like, oh my god, you know, they're just great. If you check them out, look at Night and Day. I'll put a link in the description. They totally deserve it. I don't usually, you know, support or sponsor bands, but these guys are awesome, and their message is awesome, you know. And at their concerts, they have a group called Advocates for Change, or Advocates of Change. And they used to be called, it wasn't Find Your Cloud. They have a song, Papadosio, called Find Your Cloud. And then they have another one called Cloud Found. And so they started a group of people who volunteered at a booth at the concerts that would sell merchandise and donate the money to proceeds. Right now it goes to direct relief, which is helping people with the hurricanes or the fires, various places. And people donate their art to direct relief, or to Advocates of Change, and they put the money towards, you know, towards these causes. So I bought this pin, it's a cloud pin, basically. It's their, you know, their icon. And so it was like $13 for the pin, and then the money goes into the fund to help people who, you know, who need it. So all of the shit is donated, minus the basic, of course, expenses of like anything else. And that's one of the hardest things about nonprofits. People don't, you know, they're suspicious, especially about, you know, anybody who's asking for money in charities. That's why I've always wanted to start a nonprofit and start a campaign or a Kickstarter or a raising fund to help and to organize something like that. But I just feel like I would just have to deal with so much adversity of people being suspicious that it's never been worth it. I'm hoping to do it someday in the future and start a nonprofit. But so while I was there, I bought this painting, and I just, fuck, it's beautiful. Drawing, painting, whatever. I had to share it. It's an owl, obviously, but it's just a print of, you know, an original work. It's got their little thing down there. So on the back, it's in, you know, the guys, they write the artist's name is John, I think it says John O'Kirk. I don't know. I'm sure it won't show up on camera, but Cincinnati, Ohio. And it says love and gratitude, love Advocates of Change, 1G/FB. I'm not sure what this is. I think it's 1 gigabyte. I don't know. Anyway, it don't matter. It's a beautiful, beautiful drawing, and they have basically a big book at the you know, by the merchandise booth where you flip through it and there's dozens of these different drawings and you pick from prints, like $10 or something. Pretty fucking cool, I gotta say. So, what else can I share? The other painting that I bought, I walked upstairs and oh fuck, couldn't believe it. They have live artists at their show, and I didn't even mention that. Actually, they did some shows at Red Rocks where they had Alex Gray play. He would paint. Him and his wife were there, and he was painting during the show. And his wife's dancing. They were just like he's dancing. It's crazy, you know. I love it because the art comes together through the music, and the music is the art, and you know. So they usually have live artists painting at their shows, and I took a picture. I hope I took a picture of these amazing paintings upstairs. But the guy does all the different star signs and whatnot, and then a bunch of other types of paintings. They always have, you know, different artists, and this one I bought was it was $20. It's called Pisces, the Pisces of Me, and the names took me a while to read the guy's name on here, but it's Gavin Santo. I think I'm going to post a link to his work, but this is what it looks like, and I looked it up on his website, and I'm hoping it focuses a little bit, but it's got 2 carp. I mean, of course, Carpo. Yes, I pick anything that has carp on it, and it has the life and death. So when I read about it, of course, it was supposed to be, you know, life and death, fire and ice. Yin and yang, obviously, and it was also off-center on purpose to represent the fact that the two can never be reconciled. You know, the inner chaos of life. You know, paintings that mean something. And I see something like this, even though it's a print, it's still, you know, somebody's art. I think $20, hell yeah, I'll donate to him. And I think people spend 20,000 or 20 million, a million times more on something in New York that's a complete piece of shit just because it's, you know, fancy art. And, you know, maybe I'm a little bit, I just find, you know, these paintings that these guys do are amazing. They're huge, you know. He was doing ones of fish that were just, there's one of an anglefish with the, you know, I think that's what they're called, angler fish. They have they live in the really deep, dark depths, and they have a thing that comes out in front of them with a little glowing orb on the end. Phenomenal pictures. So you'll have to check those out yourself if you're interested. Art's pretty cool. And so that's what I did the other night. And then we were going to go to a show last night called the what was that? I'm sorry, I spaced because I was trying to think of 2 things at once. I was trying to fork off and think of you know, double things. I was thinking about which show we wanted to go to, which there were 2 different bands playing, and but the other one, I just started thinking about this video I watched earlier about excitement, and I thought how unexciting my videos are, and how I have to rely on philosophy in order to bring people in, and how a lot of people probably click off quickly, and you know, because after 6 years, of course, of making videos, I'm just really surprised that I can still make them, that I'm still interested in making them, and once in a while I just feel like sharing something. But they were talking about the wow and excitement factor and the clickbait factor, and I thought about how years ago, before the word clickbait even existed, you know, when I started my channel, I mean, I'm sure it existed, but nobody was using it. The idea that making a video title something exciting to get people's attention would work, but keywords also on the channel, you could put Illuminati, New World Order, that kind of stuff, and attract a whole host of fucking morons. You know, I could put Flat Earth or any of these things, you know, and I removed all that stuff, and it eliminated tons of the controversial people that would show up on my channel. Also eliminating that from my video. Here's the thing, people think they're being smooth by using specific keywords and whatnot to attract a huge audience, and advertising in certain places and whatnot, using bots. I don't know how they do it, but it doesn't matter if it's not genuine to me. It's like working a job. You know, if you're all in for the money and your whole channel is about getting ad revenue, so be it. But you know, YouTube started out as a place for creators to share. It started out as a place for people to make things and show who they were and what they did. Originally, it wasn't about a bunch of whiny babies saying, oh, we're not making millions of dollars off of our YouTube channel anymore. And I know a lot of people don't make that much, of course, but some do. Guys like PewDiePie, I mean, he's made millions. I can't even remember how many millions of dollars he was worth a year, but you know, so be it if that's what people are interested in. But my whole point here isn't that, you know, they shouldn't make money. If they want to make money, it's that the people today are making corporate money, and now there's new algorithms which seek out and destroy certain topics and subjects, and unfortunately everybody gets caught up in that web. But you shouldn't rely on making money off of YouTube and companies, corporations, advertisers. They don't give a fuck about you. I mean, if you were going to work at a business, don't you want your boss to care about who you are and care about you as an individual? So if you're just working and getting paid through companies, various different companies and ad revenue, I mean, you've got to realize how dumb that is to depend on that. And so when it falls away, maybe ask for donations. But I don't know, I've thought about doing something like that on my YouTube channel, like really opening it up to, I don't know, making more videos that are really informative. I have so much information on Big Pharma that I want to share that it just blows my mind. I mean, not only all this, it started with these, you know, I mentioned it the other day, these 3 pages of, you know, random notes and different drugs, and then I got into these charts, and then I started writing down things about, you know, Roche and Librium and Valium and MS-Contin, and then up to OxyContin. And I already knew half the stuff, but when I started tying up loose ends, I typed a 15-page report about it. And I thought, you know, in the past I would go on something like Steemit. It's the only place I've found to share shit like that, but I'm still reluctant to want to share my work out in the public. I want to make sure that, you know, I've spent a lot of time on what I do, and I want to be able to get some sort of a reimbursement for my time if somebody else has the potential to use it. So in other words, if you post a picture, a beautiful picture on Facebook, Facebook owns that picture. They can use it any way they want. Therefore, somebody could actually sell that. And in that case, you should have the royalties to that. And so I'm writing this thing about pharma, and I thought I should take the time, since I've been into it for hours, and actually put it into a documentary style video. So I'm going to work on that, and then I'm just going to, you know, unapologetically ask for donations for anybody who can afford it once I make it, you know, because really that's what it is. That's why I don't ask for donations through Patreon or anything on my account. I have Patreon, and people, sometimes somebody send me Patreon money, and I want to say thank you to all my patrons on Patreon. I'm sure you've heard that on YouTube, but I really do. If you're out there and you're watching, I really, really appreciate it. I'm not good at communicating with people directly. I try my best, and as a businessman, it's hard sometimes, but I also have, you know, like my PayPal link, and I've had like, I think 2 or 3 people send me a PayPal, like just donations saying, I watched a video on your YouTube channel and it really helped me, thank you. And some chick sent me like $30 or $40 a while back. I was like, what? It was the weirdest thing, and I just, wow, you know, just shocking. But I feel like that's why I don't ask, because I haven't made anything that's like processed, and I guess so that's what it is. Like, I'm not even charging for my philosophy, you know, the things that I've learned and spent time researching, and maybe I should, but unless I'm sharing something important, I would never expect anybody to pay for it. I think the world can use free knowledge more than ever right now. So it's so funny when people send me emails saying, hey, do you want to advertise through our company? You know, hey, we notice you have a great YouTube channel. You know, hey, you can make money through us. And I'll send an email like, nah, no thanks. Like, what, don't you like money? I'm like, no, not really. Like, you know, not in that way, but basically they want to get their ads, get their ad revenue, and I don't want to deal with it. So to each his own, you know. I suppose I should go. It's getting kind of late here. I've been rambling for a while, and it's about 6:37. And I'm going to go to the store and buy some food for dinner and feed my kids who are in there playing Minecraft or Roblox or something at the moment. Being a parent is a motherfucker, I'll tell you. Pardon my language. But as an adult and a parent of a, not just a 5 and an 8-year-old, but a 22-year-old, you know, I've seen a few different, you know, a couple generations there of kids, and it's a wild ride. It keeps you definitely busy. That's why I can't even believe I was able to pull off doing YouTube videos. Only when they're distracted. It's always funny because I thought people might think that my YouTube channel was like something like, because I used to make a couple videos a day, but it would always be in my spare moments between doing all my other shit. And now it's the creative business and everything else, but people that are like, oh, you must have a lot of time on your hands. Like, fuck, are you kidding me? It may feel like it if you don't have kids, but they keep you busy. Don't let you do much. So I'm going to move on now and say goodnight. And I'll talk to y'all soon. I thought I'd make this since I haven't been making videos lately. And maybe I'll get back into it soon. I've got my little Tascam voice recorder here, so over and out Tascam. And over and out on the camera as well. Peace and love, and thanks for watching.